It is 5 minutes in front of the top of the hour here on this Tuesday, the 12th day of the month of April. April figures heavily into some news that I have right here in front of me from the great state of Mississippi. Mm-hmm. You know, when I see this, I always go, oh, God, what did y'all do now? Look, I love that state. I really do. The people there are lovely for the most part. It's a gorgeous state. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful state. And over the years, sitting in this seat, and I've met so many influential musicians from there. You know, North Mississippi, the Delta. You know, a lot of the blues and stuff that I'm personally attracted to. And I lived in Mississippi for a while when I was in television.
Right.
And got to know that state pretty well. Yeah. You know, and it's different. It's a different place.
No, it is.
There's some places in there, so. you drive into these little podunk towns and it's like 1955.
Yeah, it is.
In every sense of the term.
Yes.
And it's uncomfortable and weird at times.
Yeah.
And most people down there that deal with this, they take it in stride.
Right.
And then I see this.
And you go, oh, come on.
Governor Tate Reeves. Tater, as they call
Tater.
Taters in the news. Well, for the third year in a row, the Mississippi governor down there, Tate, is declaring the month of April as Confederate Heritage Month. Yeehaw!
Why?
It keeps a tradition alive that his predecessors began some 29 years ago.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Confederate Heritage.
Okay, so here I have there's a little more to this than meets the eye. The proclamation that came out of the office says this, that, quote, April is the month when in 1861 the American Civil War began between the Confederate and the Union armies, reportedly the costliest and deadliest war ever fought on American soil. It notes that the last Monday of April is also Confederate Memorial Day in Mississippi, and it's identical to the proclamation that Tater signed back in 2021, last year. Now, after issuing the same proclamation last year, however, the Republican governor appeared on Fox News, of all places, April 29, 2021, and claimed that, quote, there is not systemic racism in America, end quote, which contradicts mountains of evidence, including the vestiges of Jim Crow that remain in force in Mississippi law to this day.
Yeah.
Right. Well, this year, the Gov is also proclaiming April as Genocide Awareness Month.
I'm sorry? What the hell does that mean?
He publicly shared that announcement on his social media channels on March 15. That proclamation describes genocide as, quote, the systemic destruction of all or a significant part of a racial, ethnic, religious, or national group by destroying a group's political and social institutions, culture, language, national feelings, religion, and economic existence, and destroying the personal security, liberty, health, dignity, and lives of individuals belonging to the group. He's not wrong. It's just odd that
he's lumping that with...
trying to cleanse his soul, maybe?
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
Now, despite pointing to numerous examples of genocide, the Genocide Awareness Month proclamation does not mention American slavery or the destruction of Native American cultures, as was so prevalent at the time.
Maybe he doesn't equate the two.
Reeves tweeted on March 15, 2022, quote, the systemic destruction of lives has spanned areas and cultures from Armenia to Darfur, the Holodomor to the Holocaust. He tweeted that along with a copy of the Genocide Awareness Month proclamation dated March 13. Genocide, he said, has no place in society, and we must do everything we can to prevent it. Let's start there with your state there, Gov.
Yeah.
Mistakes of the past. I get it. It's history.
Right.
We can move forward now.
Yeah, the war's over.
It's been over for a minute.
Yeah, a little bit.
The Confederate Heritage Month proclamation shows that Reeves signed it on April the 8th of 2022. Like last year, Gov did not publicly announce the proclamation himself. Twitter user at Jalen1985 alerted the Mississippi Free Press, which is where this comes to us, to a copy of the proclamation that appeared on the Sons of Confederate Veterans Camp 265 Rankin Rough and Ready's Facebook page. I guess they still have a division of soldiers? I don't know.
Didn't know that.
Last year, this publication's editor, Donna Ladd, found the proclamation on the same page and reported it. Now, Governor Reeves' office did not respond to a request for comment about the Confederate Heritage Month proclamation from the Mississippi Free Press last year, but did give a statement to local news affiliate WAPT saying the governor was following in his predecessor's footsteps. Yeah, it's a tradition, by God.
His predecessor's footsteps?
Yeah, 29 years ago. It's Confederate History Month, and we must salute. Great Grandpappy went over there and,
Yeah.
The statement read this. For the last 30 years, 5 Mississippi governors, Republicans and Democrats alike, have signed a proclamation recognizing the statutory state holiday and identifying April as Confederate Heritage Month. Governor Reeves also signed the proclamation because he believes we can all learn from our history.
Well, he's correct about that.
Well,
but
sure.
we don't need a month to commemorate insurrection. And sedition.
Traitors stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't use those words.
And as a child, and we've talked about this before, all I was ever told was that the Confederates were fighting for states' rights.
Mm-hmm.
That's
a pretty way of saying that we want to.
That's a nutshell.
We want to
comment.
We want to own people.
And and as I got older and learned more history and read deeper, you find out. And suddenly my Southern pride waned really quickly when I realized what that was all about. It's shocking.
This year's proclamation follows on the heels of Governor Reeves signing a so-called critical race theory ban into law, as it says here, which is a misnomer because despite its legislative title, the law neither mentions nor describes critical race theory.
Right, because they don't know what it is, first of all.
You're right. Critical what? As he signed the bill, the governor claimed that critical race theory is running amok, despite the fact that the lawmakers who drafted it admitted that they did not know of any public K-12 schools where the academic theory is taught.
But we're going to outlaw it.
Just in case.
Yeah. God.
The governor painted critical race theory, which addresses systemic racial inequalities in the legal system and throughout society, as a tool of indoctrination that is used to, quote, humiliate white people. Reeves correctly said that the bill in no way, in no shape, and in no form prohibits the teaching of history, but opponents have raised concerns that it could nevertheless chill classroom speech because of the law's vagueness. Reeves said while signing the bill into law March 14, students are being force-fed an unhealthy dose of progressive fundamentalism that runs counter to the principles of America's founding, period.
All right, hold on.
Uh-huh.
So they're being fed something. It's called history.
Mm-hmm.
It's called what happened. So I really don't.
Well, dig this. He went on to say, children are dragged to the front of the classroom and are coerced to declare themselves as oppressors.
No.
That they should feel guilty because of their race or that they are inherently a victim because of their race, end quote.
I've never seen that done in a classroom.
I've never heard of that being done in a classroom.
And I guarantee it's not being done.
It's not about emotion, man. It's about understanding what happened in the past.
Right.
That's all history really is. Learn from
mistakes.
In his Confederate Heritage Month proclamation, however, the governor did say that as we honor all who lost their lives in the war, it is important for all Americans to reflect upon our nation's past to gain insight from our mistakes and successes, and to come to a full understanding that the lessons learned yesterday and today will carry us through tomorrow if we carefully and earnestly strive to understand and appreciate our heritage and our opportunities which lie before us. Boy, is he a tiptoeing, dancing?
He really is, isn't he?
Yes. That is not wrong.
No, correct.
So why are we doing this then?
Right. man, I would not make a good politician. I would not be able to conduct myself.
Not like this, no.
And I would say stuff to other politicians that would not be very nice.
What the hell are y'all doing?
Yeah. Are you a dumbass?
There was a story that broke in 2016 that Governor Phil Bryant, a Republican, had declared April as Confederate Heritage Month. Later, this publication, Mississippi Today, confirmed that Bryant was the fourth governor to issue such proclamations. Governor Kirk Fordyce began the practice in 1993 at the request of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. Would they all be dead by now? Every governor since has followed in his footsteps, including Democratic Governor Ronnie Musgrove, Republican Governor Haley Barbour, Bryant, and Reeves. Musgrove told the publication in 2016 that he would not sign the proclamation today if given the chance, saying that Confederate symbols represent a culture that preserves institutional racism.
Ooh. Wow.
Now, the Sons of Confederate Veterans organization, which promotes lost cause narratives that downplay slavery as the primary cause of the Civil War, runs Beauvoir, the Gulf Coast home of Confederate President Jefferson Davis. Beauvoir is now a museum that annually receives $100,000 from the state of Mississippi for the purpose of capital development and maintenance. On and on and on this goes. Yeah, maybe it's time we stop this stuff. Mm-hmm. The state also adopted a new flag, or the flag, back in 1894. The Confederate emblem was on their flag. Remember that?
Right.
The banner flew over the state until 2020, when, amid national race reckoning, state lawmakers voted to retire and replace it. The new flag is kind of cool, actually. Mm-hmm. Despite his campaign pledge to not support efforts to retire the flag, Governor Reeves signed the bill retiring the old flag into law, calling it a law to turn a page in Mississippi today. I remember that when they said, I'm begrudgingly signing this.
Yeah.
And it's like, give the people what they want. They voted to get rid of the old flag.
Correct.
He left out a word. Let's give the white people what they want. That's kind of what was. Yeah. Like, it's like the whole thing with cannabis. You know, the citizens of Mississippi voted for it. And then the state Supreme Court went, no, you don't want this.
No. That's not what you meant.
That's the devil's lettuce, by God. You can't have that.
And I like it with a little ranch. Extra ranch.
Yes. No, this is.
I know.
When you declare a month to be Confederate History Month, it just looks bad across the country.
Oh, yeah.
It looks really bad.
And I'm kind of surprised that in 2022 that
this conversation
is happening. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I know. You would think. Like I said, I lived there, and it was interesting.
Yeah.
And it's, most of the people there, they just kind of, these things happen.
Yeah.
We live our lives. We do the things that we do, and, we work, and we play, and it's Mississippi. And like I said, it's a beautiful state. It really is. It's a fun place to go camping if you're into the outdoors.
Yeah.
It's a great place to go fishing and hiking and all that fun stuff. And some of the cities there are great fun. But you just have to wonder what the hell is going on.
Right.
Right. Oh, we don't talk about those things here.
Yeah. I've been down to Natchez.
That's gorgeous there.
Oh.
Did you go down the Natchez Trace Parkway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Speed limit, 50?
Yeah, I think so.
Limited access?
Well, I didn't realize that part of the road that goes to Nashville is Natchez Trace.
It is.
Parkway.
It goes from Natchez, Mississippi up through Nashville.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
It is. It's a beautiful
Been on that road many, many times. And it takes you through that northeast part of the state up through Corinth and around through there, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the area that Rockabilly was born.
Where?
In northeast Mississippi.
Really?
Yeah, the Rockabilly Hall of Fame is in Jackson, Tennessee.
No kidding. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Carl Perkins, I think, was the first inductee into it, I think.
Wow. I didn't know that.
There was a bunch of cats that were all up into that whole Rockabilly scene, and it's still a thing.
Yeah, it's quite a thing. I've got several friends in bands that
still work it.
Oh, yeah. I got a buddy that plays double bass. He's a bass player, but he plays double bass with kind of a rockabilly type. God, he's amazing.
Remember Ace Cannon?
Oh, yes.
He recorded here.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He recorded in this room, yeah.
Oh, far out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty hip.
It is hip. Like I said, there's a lot to offer down there. And if the state government of Mississippi were to pull their collective head out of their collective butt,
yes,
they could get a lot of really cool things done.
Right.
But if you look across various legitimate studies and surveys, the state of Mississippi runs dead last in a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Education is one of them. They're like dead last.
Yeah. Yeah. They need to change that.
Yeah,
they need to do something to change it.
They need to do something about all of that. It's remarkable. So thank you, Governor Tater.
Yeah. Wow. That's really kind of surprising in this day and age. It really is.
Yeah, but until you realize what state it is.
Well, yeah, but it
is. It's what it is.
Things are going to change, though.
We hope. They've been saying it for 100 and something years now.
I think we're getting closer.
Well, yeah. Every progress is a step forward, I suppose.
Yes.
Or every step forward is progress.